You can go out there and tell them, I want to get out and be on probation. I don't care what you guys want to do. The disrespect that y'all are showing to the officers, I can assume what these are going to say, because y'all are all out there. It's the same group that's doing all the same thing, fighting, not following instructions, talking back, calling names. I'm going to read all of that. And let me tell you, if you have one between right now and your sentencing, I will not accept this plea agreement.
Today's case centers on a young inmate who thought acting tough behind bars would earn him some kind of respect. Instead, his childish behavior got him exposed in front of everyone. He and a small group of inmates decided it'd be funny to write pages of nonsense about how they ran the place, mocking and harassing prison staff like it was some kind of accomplishment. When Judge West got her hands on that report, the mood in the courtroom shifted instantly. She read every word out loud, and you could literally see the pride drain from his face. She didn't hold back either, reminding him that his plea deal isn't guaranteed, and if she wanted, she could drop the hammer and sentence him to 20 long years without blinking. But here's the thing, this kid still didn't seem to get it. You could see it in his body language, that too cool to care attitude. He hides behind his age, thinking being young somehow shields him from real consequences. But inside that courtroom, age isn't protection. It's a reminder that he still has time to change before life teaches him the hard way. The big question here is, has accountability just disappeared in the younger generation? Or is this kid simply the product of a world that rewards arrogance? Let's take a closer look.
Thank you, Ms. Malfino. All right, sir, are you Camden Jackson? And Mr. Harris, will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
Give me just a second to get it done. Mr. Jackson, in cause number 20, all right, y'all marked third degree on the paperwork, but the indictment says second. I just want to make sure it's marked correctly.
Yes, I just looked at it sideways.
Okay, so that should be second degree?
Yes, Your Honor.
If with everybody's permission, I'll make that change on the paperwork?
Yes.
Okay.
And apologies for my handwriting because it's horrible.
Well, it's hard on the tablet. You're good. All right, so you're charged in cause number 25 DCCR 0114 with the second degree felony offense of engaging in organized criminal activity from January 10th of 2025. And how do you plead to that charge?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you pleading guilty because you actually did what they charged you with?
Yes, ma'am.
I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Harris?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you fully understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
And it looks like the agreement that you've reached is for a 7-year deferred probation. There would be a $500 fine, and you would be required to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation, which could include me ordering you to some upfront treatment like ISF or something like that. And it looks like that's what the state's going to be requesting. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And that decision's up to me when we come back for sentencing.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you also understand, excuse me, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law? State tenders number 1.
No objection, Your Honor.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Jackson's not competent?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Jackson, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of your plea. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to reset your case so that the probation department can do a pre-sentence report. That'll give me more information about you, your case, and then we'll come back later for sentencing.
When the camera cuts to this guy, that blank, hollow stare says it all. It's like he's completely disconnected from reality. Eyes open, but nobody's home. There's no emotion, no sense of what's actually happening around him. Honestly, it's the kind of look that makes you wonder if he even understands the trouble he's in. Judge West clearly picks up on it too, because she decides to pause the case and look deeper into what's really going on. Something about his demeanor just doesn't sit right, and it's easy to see why. Too many people walk into court thinking a quiet, empty expression makes them seem calm or mature. But in truth, it often makes them appear detached, like they don't care at all. It's strange how people mistake silence for strength, when in moments like this, it can look a lot more like guilt or indifference. Watching the scene unfold, you start to wonder, is he just emotionally shut down, or is this his way of pretending none of this matters? Either way, that blank expression won't save him once Judge West digs deeper. Let's watch what happens next.
Before we go forward, can you look real quick, jail incident reports and see if there's any on this one?
And Judge, I was, if I may, going to address that between January and the end of February. So obviously we've had quite some time that either they have not gotten to my file or the court's file. There were at least 8 pages full of write-ups. I would ask the court, Mr. Jackson committed this offense 6 days after he turned 19. It's obviously very serious. He was with the co-defendant, Mr. Bushnell, who's already entered a plea involving firearms, etc. I would ask if the court would consider your usual admonishment of, if that behavior continues pending the PSI, that I reserve the right, as does the court, to just reject this offer and possibly send him to prison.
Mr. Jackson, you're probably, I don't know if you're in the same dorm as some of the other ones that have been
Yes.
absolutely ridiculous acting up in the jail.
Yes.
So there's somebody, I think it was last week, that came in with a deal like this for a probation, and he didn't get it, and he's sitting back out at that jail. I do not have to accept this plea agreement. I'm going to read every single one of those jail incident reports. The disrespect that y'all are showing to the officers, I can assume what these are going to say, because y'all are all out there. It's the same group that's doing all the same thing, fighting, not following instructions, talking back, calling names. I'm going to read all of that. And let me tell you, if you have one between right now and your sentencing, I will not accept this plea agreement. I'm sick of it. The jail's sick of it. And I'm going to do whatever I can to make that place a better place for those people to go work who are out there just trying to do their job. Do you understand? One, we're not going to come in and say it was somebody else's fault. I only got 1 or I got 3 and that's not that bad. You can go out there and tell them, I want to get out and be on probation. I don't care what you guys want to do. I'm going to behave. If you have to sit on your bunk all day long and be quiet for the next 5 weeks, then that's what you do. Right? 5 weeks, rest of your life. What do you think? Show me you can do it, okay? All right, and go back with the bailiff.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
It's honestly wild watching Judge West try to reason with these 19-year-old defendants who behave like they're still in middle school. The patience it must take is unreal. He's practically giving them life advice that sounds more like something a parent would say to a toddler. Use your words, not your fists. Yet, somehow, the message still isn't landing. These young men act like they're living out some movie version of toughness, but when reality hits, it's just sad. The judge makes it clear. If you want to act like adults who make bad choices, then be ready to face adult consequences. No excuses. What's frustrating is how so many of them care more about looking tough than actually building a future. It's as if jail has become a stage where they perform for attention instead of realizing what's at stake. But here's the part most people miss. Judges have the power to reject a plea deal if they believe the defendant isn't serious or doesn't grasp what's happening. And that can turn a light sentence into years behind bars in an instant. So, how many chances should someone get before the court decides enough is enough? Watching this, it's hard not to wonder if he's truly learned anything, or if this is just another round of bad decisions waiting to repeat themselves. Let's see how this one ends, because lessons ignored often come back louder the second time.